a game one here. Two incredible teams that you're expecting to have a pretty good run here in the Swiss stage and make it over to play DreamLeague. And we also got to continue to put importance on just this season as a whole. This is going to dictate the invites to the next DreamLeague. Also, the early points to be able to set yourself up for, of course, Riyadh being the big one. But it's such a stacked season. So if you get invited, then you don't have to play qualifiers.
And like because getting invited, it's easier to get more points. Like it's like a snowball almost.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is massive. This is massive just for the entire season, and so in the game too. But this is what Swiss stage kind of has, brings us now instead of some of the round robin, and also with the full tour that we get with EPT. So. It's a very awesome matchup between these two teams, and an interesting draft with Xtreme as well. We'll see what Arme is going to be able to pull out with the Husker. We'll see if he'll run into this three-man smoke as well from BetBoom to top. He might just clip the boar. It's just Miera, and yes, as soon as he sees the smoke kind of pop, he'll look to back over towards the tower. So give them some information that there's something's going on. We'll see what the response is going to be from Xtreme and how they look to try and split their forces now. Should be 2 for 2 in the river. Nothing to say. Does he go to
the lost the rune to GPK solo. They're down 3 to 1 runes. I mean, GPK just chatted up. he was just right clicking. The Warlock was too scared to walk up because there's a Tusk missing off the map that can fight. There was a Beastmaster potentially above them, so I don't blame them for being scared. It's one of those things that just sucks. The range creep, no. Okay.
Yeah, but save at the last minute. That's funny. Are there some concerns you feel like you're in the next couple of minutes, 4 or 5 minutes into the game, where the Gyrocopter can be left solo with Flak Cannon, you see the Tusk just rotate through the portal? Is this something that you feel like the Husker could be vulnerable to?
Yeah, I think he's vulnerable, but they have to be pretty precise because if the Gyro ever gets caught in a 1v2 situation, he's just dead. Like, they have way too much slows and stuns between the Starter and the Hoodwink. Like, he will just die if he's anywhere, like, in the middle of the lane. But there's definitely going to be angles where, Drinky Buddy's Flak, you shove the wave in like 3-4 hits, and then he chills under tower. Maybe he'll miss, like, 1 or 2 creeps for it, but if you kill the enemy carry due to the rotation, it's just worthwhile.
In regards to this mid matchup, you were mentioning that you feel like the Ember's probably, at the moment, actually the best way to go into the Queen of Pain. How do you look to play this lane as Quap? Do you actually even level Shadow Strike? Do you just prioritize more in your Scream? How would you ideally like to play this?
I personally just go my Scream because I think the dagger's a risk. It's a risk that's sometimes okay to take, but if he ever dodges like one dagger, the whole tempo of the lane gets really messed up. Whereas if you're going your E, it's just very consistent. Like if you guys are watching, he just has to pump fake dagger over and over versus the Ember. Like every time he walks up, Ember's just getting pump faked a dagger. And the second he messes up once though with the slight, like there, right? He presses slight for a creep, gets daggered. And that's pretty much this whole lane. It's literally, do I choose to dagger for CS or to potentially dodge it too quick, or do I hold it? But again, a lot of the Embers are now just maxing Flame Guard in this matchup, and then it ends up you just tank the dagger. And so I don't think that Ember will like destroy the lane, but it should be a lane that both players kind of free farm.
And then as we go on in the game with the Spirit Vessel, is this something that you also look at with the Ember matchup versus the Quap with how tanky she's been at the moment? Is this another kind of thing that the Ember has against the Queen of Pain?
Yeah, it's like you get the Vessel, you also have chains. So you have like a lockdown versus that lasts really long. Some people also end up going Mage Slayer on Ember, which is really nice for the Queen of Pain because it's I think the only way in the entire game to reduce her ult's damage outside of like very specific spells like Ursa ult. So it's like a nice feeling matchup, if that makes sense. Like it just feels good to play.
Oh, nice setup. Saves Moetza with the dead shot back, and Miero is going to be able to find the kill. Bottom, we did see some aggression going on. XXS and Kiritich were going blow for blow, but that's a good start. Getting rid of the Husker as first blood here for BetBoom.
Yeah, I was worried about this lane. they just get walked at by this Beastmaster. Like, sure, it was a last pick beast. Like, that was their response to Huskar. It just feels weird. I don't know. Something about this Warlock Huskar lane feels incorrect to me. I don't really know how to describe it. That I don't think it's like a hero that abuses the Fatal Bonds. Like, combos we've seen in the past that are very popular would be like a Gyrocopter Warlock lane. Because you press Fatal Bonds on the wave, and then you press Flak Cannon. And you just do it, you 200 damage to the enemy hero, push in the wave, guarantee your pulls. But like, Huskar has no tools to do stuff like that. So I think Miro isn't, like, they're in danger of Miro just carrying the game for BetBoom.
Yeah. We also see just classic BetBoom things as well. So playing through GPK at the early stage, both supports coming on over to try and take away some of the water rune. Meanwhile, Save might even just solo kill X Nova. Already played around with the dead shot.
Strong.
He's got the movement speed advantage, so once the heal expires, I mean, it is going to be up in a couple more seconds. Save is going to have the damage with Tumbot's dead shot. Does get a little bit awkward with the pathing there, but X Nova is going to be fine. Eats through so many resources, though.
Yeah. He's just completely useless. He's going to have 400 HP and 0 mana. So just pretty much just a pulling bot now. He's just going to pull the creeps. He has no other impact. And I mean, already is crazy. It's 1,000 gold lead for BetBoom. 5 minutes in the game with 1 kill. Right? It's not even like, oh, they're like stopping. It's just 1 kill. 2,000 gold, actually, now. I mean, this is what I said I was worried, right? It was just BetBoom's laning stage is probably one of the best consistent laning stage teams in the entire world. For forever now, for years. Every time I play versus BetBoom, I'm always worried that, guys, we have to survive 15 minutes, 20 minutes, please.
And look at the timing. They're going to try and link up with first catapult, an easy dive under the tower.
I think they
will try and TP FI in, but yeah, is his Pudwick rotation really going to prevent BetBoom? They'll kind of split away, 2 heroes to the right, Save over to the left as well. And they've done a decent job to drag the wave, so the catapult will also go down. So they kind of deny the push, and they keep, importantly, Arme alive. Katoumi, can he get a solo kill in FY? He's getting run down. Meanwhile, GPK was able to yoink the double damage.
The one sad thing about the Tusk with Drinking Buddies is it definitely lowers your solo play potential. Because you can't even click it. Like, you don't get any bonus damage when you're by yourself. You have to click it on an allied unit. And you also don't have a built-in slow. So, like, potentially that Hoodwink might have died if he had tag team. But I think it's worth it for specifically the laning stage. But even just, like, mid-game, sometimes getting, like, a little extra pull on a guy to help versus Hoodwink, it's also really good because you can end the Bushwhack stun. Because any forced movement will end Bushwhack early. So having that, like, even really small movement is just a nice little counterplay too.
How do you want to see it actually look to try and play the next couple of minutes with the status that we have of this game? Like, it feels like, I mean, this top tower is probably going to go down uncontested just with that Helm Dom, but is there any play from them, or is it just continuing to kind of farm as much as they can and get their levels?
I think it's going to involve the Ember and the Slardar, like, kind of teaming up. Maybe pressuring the Gyrocopter with his, like, Urn or Vessel timing. But they just, everyone feels so poor for Xtreme. Like, look at the network. Ember's down 800 gold. Oh, Queen of Pain? No, he's okay. Huskar is down, what, like 1,500 gold to the Beastmaster? Even Slardar is doing okay, but he's still down gold to the Gyro. Like, all of them are down so much gold on course. It's a 3k lead at 8 minutes,
yeah,
which
wow.
is kind of absurd, to be frank, when it's just like pure laning out skill.
And everything's lining up. The smoke, they're going to be able to connect in time to protect GPK, but the Drinking Buddies drive back into the snowball save. GPK's okay and nothing to say. He tries to play around with the Remnant, but his damage is not going to be enough. They've got the Roar now as well. They're going to run into X Nova under the tower. It's just picture perfect, dude. 6-0, 4,000 net worth lead. Everything is just lining up for BetBoom.
I think it's even gonna start. Yeah, it's a 5k lead now too. It's not just a. This is bad, Ares. This is really bad. I'm trying to think of what Xtreme need to do to like get kind of even into this game, and it's hard, but I think they need to find a kill on the gyrocopter. I mean, the beast is ideal. Like, yeah, you want to kill this beastmaster because usually the way you play around beast is let's just go run at his lane, let's smoke to our jungle, kick him out, kill the creep. But I don't think he's just gonna die casually like that. So your best bet is just dealing with the gyrocopter, taking this bot tier 1. But especially anytime you feel you're behind, it mentally it's just so hard to make these moves because you know that if you force a move on the gyrocopter and it doesn't work out, the game is just over. Like when you go on their weakest carry, like their weakest core, and you can't kill him with 4 or 5 heroes, you've lost the game. So it's like this very high risk play, but I think that it's their best bet, to be honest.
They're going to have to do something. We're waiting for the level 6s potentially. Mid lane, they might even make an attempt as well if Xnova is able to get in with the rock. The Black Grimoire, not going to have enough experience, unfortunately, to have the level 6. So GPK is able to get the blink away. And we'll put him down in the resources, which might make it a little bit difficult for him to contest the power runes. They are rotating both Kataomi and Kiritich as well. So with the Gyrocopter, he's wanting to try and leave the safe lane to secure GPK's rune. Will be an Arcane up top, unfortunately.
Nice quelling by Kiritich. Insta cuts the like hoodwink tree right before he's able to get bushwhacked. I mean, BetBoom was just playing, to be honest, in this game, just better. I think, yeah, they have a draft advantage. I think the Beastmaster and the Huskar was a really good pick for BetBoom and a not so great pick for Xtreme. But I don't think their lane should go this well. Like this mid matchup, him being down this much gold is not to be expected when I was happy with this Ember matchup. So I just think that BetBoom woke up a bit better.
Once again. So they're not going to go for the Gyro, they'll go for the Beastmaster instead. Taker's going to try and use some spells to do their best to protect him. He's able to turn with the Raw, the damage. It might be enough for the Ember. Nothing to say, pops a 1, he's got a Remnant, turns with the chains. He'll die, but they'll get the Beast. But it's just not good enough. It took them far too long. And the response is there. BetBoom 3 for 1.
They did get the kill. I was actually worried they wouldn't get the kill, so it could be worse. They walk away with something, but I actually think that the Tusk's pull might have saved the Ember's life. He might have gotten this 1 extra hit off, but it's hard. It's hard to say. It's close. Even then, it's 3 for 1. Like these plays don't feel good. Like you said, it took them so long. Rock drop mid
lane. It's a decent fatal bonds, but there's going to be no follow up. So that's your rock on cooldown now, which is. You were wanting to try and use some of your ultimates together to maybe take a team fight. You'll get some damage onto the tower, but you needed more out of it.
I mean, I like how aggressive they are. Like they're constantly using Ember and the Hoodwink to just spam poke these heroes, even the random like fatal bonds from the Warlock. But it doesn't feel like it's enough, right? Like they're using 3 heroes to pressure a support while all 3 cores of BetBoom are farming. And on your side, your cores are not farming. You have a Slardar who's just slowly pushing the wave. He's gonna get his dagger soon, but like it's nothing compared to the Beastmaster and what the Gyro are doing on the map. Mid tower's gonna go down 2, so 2 tier 1 towers taken. I think they could just walk to the Tri-Camp, maybe even take the bot tier 1 tower, and I don't think the train of BetBoom has to ever stop. They can just take tower. They can walk into Roche. There's also the XP shrine coming up, and I don't think BetBoom's going to get it. Like, this tower's going to die well before the 14-minute mark.
Is this a tower you look to defend if you're XG or no?
No. At this point, tier 1s are just fake. You just have to play to defend tier 2s, probably. Like, the thing that makes me very curious is I don't know what the Huskar's entry into this game is, right? Like, I don't know when they pick Huskar, why they're doing it. Or what they see for the draft. Like, I see the carry matchup, yeah. In theory, it should be pretty good versus Gyrocopter. But is there ever going to be a point in the game where the matchup of heroes matters and he's not just down 2,000, 5,000 gold? I don't see it. I don't see a point where he'll ever catch up and be able to fight with the Gyrocopter.
Not with how this game's looking at the moment. 6,000 lead. It's not stopping anytime soon. They're going to smoke up 13-30 into the game, so looking to try and connect and wrap through bottom for that Wisdom Shrine. And we'll see what the play is going to be for XG if they just have to kind of sack the area.
I think, unfortunately, they have to sack the area. I don't really see... They're going to have Golem for the fight. They're going to have it like 5 seconds after the Wisdom spawns. So as long as they contest it, they'll have... Like, it'll be part of the fight. It's just... I don't know if they win the fight. Like, I think everything can go perfect. They can get a 5-man Fatal Bonds, 5-man Warlock ult, Ember chaining everything.
Instead.
Oh,
maybe they wouldn't expect this. They thought that maybe they might contest the Lotus, so the Wisdom, but instead Arme, he's gonna be caught with his pants down, thinking he's safe to farm. That's not the case. Very cool move.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not sure 100% if that's like the worth it. You know, I feel like they could have just taken the Wisdom Shrine, but I do think Ame is probably the only one has the potential to somehow just carry the game. If he gets an Ags, BKB timing, just starts solo killing heroes around the map. But I do remember T did some research on the second Wisdom in particular. And I think that if you lose a fight on the second Wisdom, it matters so much more than just giving up a Wisdom rune. So maybe it's that something they're considering. Like, it's not worth to take a risk fight on the 14-minute rune when you can just guarantee a kill on a Husker that's not expecting anything.
GPK. First real aggressive move we're going to see coming through from XG, but they started with the Remnant.
I think that Remnant was a mistake. I think you can just let the starter initiate there with the stun, then you follow up the chain, then the bushwhack, and it's like a free kill, but... Like, you know what he's doing, right? Like, he's definitely... I'm going to press my Remnant, then I'm going to chain off the Remnant with my Facet, and we'll catch him with that, because it's more damage than if starter initiates, but it's just... Gotta respect GPK. This guy is
absolutely
gotta press his buttons.
They're gonna try and start to set up here for a potential defense. F5 will TP back, D ward, and Raiden, they're actually just gonna leave the area. So when can you consider Roche for BetBoom with the position of this game, with the Helm Dom?
I think it
seems pretty easy for them to take.
3-4 minutes. Like, ever since they've had this Helm Dom 2, which I think they got around like 11:30, I think they've had the ability to do it. The only thing that holds you back from doing it is how much farm you will lose by doing it. Like, if you have to bring all 5 of your heroes there, or you don't win the fight before, you just walk in, you're getting out-farmed. So there's definitely an idea that it's not worth to rush before, but I think now is at the point in the game that they're in the area, they're holding it, they don't even really need their gyrocopter with them at the time, and you want to start taking these Roches, because getting the second one to spawn faster, getting the third one to spawn faster, it always just speeds up the tempo of the game, just the faster the first one falls.
Do you have a hero you'd like to see the Aegis go on?
Probably the Beast Master.
Beast? Okay.
Just let him walk in, do really take it. Or the Gyro, I think would be the other option. Basically someone who's just gonna be willing to hit buildings and be tanky.
Holy, have you seen GPK's build? Like, Pop Sonic Wave as well for the attempt onto the Hoodwink. Didn't actually have enough damage. That's why I was there with the TPR. Into Manta.
Okay, so I have 2 thoughts on this. First one is my good friend Compy, my old mid player. He really likes this build on Queen of Pain.
The Manta as well in particular?
Not the Manta part, at least just the Kaya Yasha.
Okay.
And his reasoning is you just farm fast with it. That's it. It's just you farm fast, you have more movement speed. If you ever get Ags, your Ags goes off way faster.
Okay.
And I never understood it. I think Kaya Sanji is just better. That's just me personally. But, you know, I'll let him have his own opinion. And then the other one is Storm has actually been doing this build recently. I don't know if you've seen those, but they go this into a Manta and then they go back for the Sanji after. And
oh, nice timing. But the Snowball's going to be able to dodge the live break, and Armade, he's still going to be okay, though. Gets the first kill out of the task. And our numbers advantage favoring XG, even with the 6,000 deficit, but that's going to be cut into an even trade now. As soon as Yamba steps a little bit too far forward, but they want to fight, really.
Gyro has the Aegis. I mean, they get to hold the area. BetBoom's actually too scared to walk into the ball. And Miero, No, he's gonna be okay. I think the idea with the build with the Manta is you don't particularly want BKB versus Slardar or Huskar, but you do want Dispel versus like Fatal Bonds. You want it versus the Slardar ult, the Corrosive Haze, even the Ember Chain. Like there's a lot of things to Manta off. So this is like the most comfortable way to get a Manta into your build by giving Yasha a use, you know? Because when you have Yasha Kaya, it does give your hero, it does stuff. It's not like a dead item. Whereas if you just finish the Kaya Sanj and you just buy Manta just full, then you just have this dead 2,000 gold Yasha in your inventory.
Yeah, very interesting.
But yeah, I did not expect it. I would have expected the usual like Kaya, Sanj, BKB, Ags, the normal build, but I like it. It looks good this game in particular with the amount of different things you can dispel.
Top lane, nothing to say. Is there even an opportunity for them? They got the damage inside the stun, the push back into the silence. Very well done. GPK and save.
I'm surprised he ran deeper into the Muerta ult instead of running out. Just because you're slowed, you have less attack speed. I don't know, that was interesting. And I mean, very well played by Save. If he didn't do everything perfectly, like on his timings there, you don't get that kill. Like that kill is so hard to execute. But drop the golem.
Interesting. Well, there's a couple things. I mean, losing the...
Yeah, there's just a pushing golem.
Mid lane, GPK. Mantis off the chains. A pushing golem that clears a wave and gets 200 damage into the tower.
Yeah, now it's gonna die to the gyro TP. And or have to walk away and not push anymore.
It's a bit of a very awkward with the kill into the Ember. I mean, it was like 1930, so you give the Tormentor away, then of course you commit the Rock because you feel like you can't even contest the Tormentor, you don't get any value out of it. And this game, they were honestly doing a pretty decent job to be able to stabilize it. It dropped down to like a 6k lead, which still at this stage it's pretty rough, but wasn't steadily growing like we saw earlier. But now after the Agshard going over towards save, we're back up to 8k.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, saves isn't the best. It's definitely more of like a carry shard, which that's always the funny thing with supports is some of them have very good shards, some of them have very bad. Like if the Tusk got it, I think they'd be so happy. The Tusk one is extremely annoying to deal with. It just is it just makes it hard to escape the ice shards. Muerta is like, oh, I get spell amp during my ult.
Yeah, cool.
Like, okay, like it's cool. You'll do an extra, 40 damage or something with your Q. It's not worth the gold on a support. And they're smoked up.
We've got a couple BKBs, one on the Slardar and one on Mir as well. But the Aegis is going to expire. They've got 3 heroes currently playing towards bottom, holding hands. Meanwhile, nothing to say mid lane as well. Close to being in a position to pop the smoke. They will bypass him though. They're going to still see Kiritich, which might give them a bit of an idea that something's going on with how aggressive he's positioning on the map. I have to say, so has to be cautious under the T2 tower if they're going to be able to find the angle. They will not look to go for it though. A little bit too deep for them, so they'll just occupy the triangle, take the outpost. Happy with the match.
That's a good dodge by Xtreme. I think some teams and some players would have gotten caught, especially on that mid lane, but nothing to say. Like, does this like chains kind of realizes he's not going to be able to get all the CS, but the lane will shove at least. Backs off with the haste rune. And I think the ability to dodge kills like that are what delays games. Compared to, you die to one or two of those. Next thing you know, oh, they're hitting our 2-3s. Oh, we lost a Rax. It's not looking good. It's another one of the fast games. Even like dodging these ganks, to me, it feels almost like you're delaying the inevitable. Like, I don't see what they do against the Gyrocopter ball, especially with his Satanic almost being finished. Like, you have Satanic Gyro, you have BKB Beastmaster, Queen of Pains has half of an Ags, like all these massive tiny. Where it's Xtreme, it's like your Ember has Vessel. That's it.
Yeah.
Sure, he'll get a BKB in like 600, 700 gold, but not net yet.
Well,
Not
yeah.
now.
How massive is this triple BKB timing? Because you have it on the two cores at the moment. Like you said, I mean, the Ember's going to take a while, but do we feel like this really does mitigate a lot of
I
the
don't think it
damage
mitigates
from
anything.
BetBoom? No?
To be honest, like Beastmaster doesn't care BKB. Queen of Pain ult doesn't care BKB. Gyrocopter Flak doesn't care BKB. Like, yeah, a little bit of the chip damage, like Gyrocopter Q, Queen of Pain daggers under E, even just some like beast damage is magic, but it's just
not enough.
it's not the same.
Actually, my run into BetBoom, they currently don't have GPK, so he's going to pop the ultimate early. But a BKB used from XXS, so they're going to
Double
try and
BKBs.
chuck everything over towards Muerta, but it's taking a long time. The Beast of Veil is wasting so much, and now Arme might tick out. They're going to be able to drop a couple of ultimates secure with a kill, and now with Arme dead XG, you just got to get out. I mean, they consider about maybe stepping back in, but the hesitation from FY is going to result in him being killed as well. So 3 for 1 once again. BetBoom bumped this lead up to 11,000.
I mean, I think plays like the save getting jumped and surviving that long are so cool to watch. Like, he instantly gets his ult off, he gets a silence annoying everyone. He also even forces 2 different BKBs, like the starter and the Huskar have the BKB just to kill support. It feels so bad for them. And this could just be a Rax. But I think the safe play is you just play for Roshan. Like, it just started spawning, honestly, like 20 seconds ago. So why push high ground? Why take a chance? Just walk away, check Roche. It's a really fast Roche. Yeah, look at this fight. I mean, Huskar had to commit so long to killing this Muerta. He just gets ulted by the Queen of Pain at the end.
Perfect positioning.
Yeah.
Always expected.
Just
from
a
Save.
really nice smoke break by the Muerta and just surviving long enough. Save, every time I see him on Muerta, he plays amazing.
Yeah. This guy is a stellar Muerta player. Always a treat to watch. So
Is anyone else even
Atos-
playing for Muerta these days?
Not really. No.
Just him, and he's doing it a lot. It's not these one-off games. It's like a hero he believes in. He's like, I'm the only guy in the world that knows how to play Muerta 4, and I'm gonna keep playing it and keep winning. That's the best part.
Absolutely.
He's winning.
Yeah.
And also he does very funny builds sometimes. There was a game at PGL where I think they needed break for something. Maybe there was like a bristleback or DK or something. There's some hero in particular, and he went boots, silver edge.
No way.
That was recited. Boots, silver edge, and they won the game. He just pressed
I
silver edge and he
respect
broke the guy.
I respect it. I mean, he knows his role. He knew what needed to be done in that game to get the victory, and
I mean, I think stuff like that, like the item builds you can do in Dota, like very weird item builds that you're able to rush, especially. I think it comes down to a lot of Save's role in the team. Most games, he ends up not having any responsibilities with his hero, with his items, with his playstyle. He just is a kind of like an artillery spellcaster player, right? Like you think of his Skywrath Mage, you think of his Muerta. They're these heroes that are all about just casting spells from 2,000 units away, and he's so good at it. Even Hoodwink, I would say, like those are his top 3 heroes, and they let you build whatever items you need for the situation because you're just usually not in danger. You don't really need mobility items. And it's just it allows you to be a bit creative, which I think is something that Save is really good at.
Yeah, he's been praised for a very long time for his spellcasting. Like you said, I mean, you mentioned that the heroes that he plays, but it feels like when he was really first entering the scene a while back, I mean, his spellcasting was exceptional. It was really some of the best.
And now here's the dreaded high ground push.
No, they're going to have to do something a little bit differently. This time it'll be Kiritich put on the front line, but he's got the ages. Not going to be easy. They'll try and poke him down. Mira's going to be in with the Raw. X-Nova's ready, though. He can counter with the Rock. That's going to be enough to be able to keep XXS alive. Turns with the BKB, but they got no kills. A little bit committed early on, and when you're playing with this deficit, you need to get more out of the spells, and they weren't able to do so. Just went onto the Tusk, but that doesn't seem like it's good enough. Arme's trying to man fight. He'll deal with the ages and also walk away. without your BKBs, are you going to be able to take the team fight afterwards? Satanic's still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. Kiritich walks down to the low ground. They won't have the damage to get the kill, but can they poke from afar? Nothing to say, wants to change, but instantly into the calling, saves positioning once again. Army's gone as well. They went down, and they could not continue. The low ground wasn't safe for them. They had to play inside the base, but they did not respect the turn potential from BetBoom. The trap was sprung, and as a result, this game will go into the hands of the boys on Radiant. A perfect victory from them, a perfect game from start to finish. So I'll try and hold this one out, but it really feels like that fight really just secured.
Yeah, it feels terrible. They're down 18,000. I mean, you didn't think of the lanes, right? It was a 3K gold lane at 5.
Yeah.
And again, I knew instantly before the draft even started, this is how BetBoom wants to play, right? They want to win their lanes. They're going to play very fast, just a very consistent early, I would say 25 to 30 minutes is almost always when they win a lot, or just be enough ahead that you know they win the game, like now. And I just think Xtreme kind of fumbled a bit, maybe with the last pick, in particular the Huskar. But even then, Ember got crushed in his lane. Slaughter got crushed in his lane. Huskar got crushed. Like, all of them are just, frankly, getting outplayed laning stage-wise by BetBoom.
One last defense, we'll see what XG is going to be able to do. Counter offering still on cooldown for another 35 seconds. They're going to be able to get the jump, the roar as well, holding army into place. The Huskar is not going to die. He's going to have an opportunity to pop BKB if required. Nothing to say once the chase. We saw what happened last time. And that will once again be a repeat. NTS goes down. Arme still hasn't been bursted though. They're still going to try and get the jump, and now he will be sent to the grave. His fellow Cord's going to join him, and everyone else are out of this game. BetBoom, a classic victory from them.
And I think this is a game that if he gets scaling, if he gets 4 items, probably 3-4 items, he'll just 1v5. My question is if he's going to be able to get to that timer before, again, every time there's a Juggernaut, that Butterfly Aegis timer. I think if there's a good Butterfly Aegis timer, I think it's really hard for Xtreme to be able to defend their base.
And how do you feel like actually you're going to be able to compete before this time there? Because it's something that I was concerned about was just the lack of damage for them. I know Leshrac is definitely one of the best heroes to be able to supplement and fix that problem. Do you feel like he can do it this game though?
I think he can do it in fights before they start involving Lycan. I think the second you add Lycan into the mix, you're going to have Wolves tanking the Edict, you're going to have a Dom Creep tanking the Edict, and it's just like so much of the damage gets spread as opposed to killing one target. Because that's like Lesh's big thing in the early game. Sure, in the mid to late game, you think, oh, he's going to press big fight.
BetBoom and XG are going to both run into each other, and the shards will favor BetBoom here. I mean, F5 levels up the banishment. What did he use it?
He banished the Jug.
Oh, oopsie.
I think he meant to banish the Mars.
Oopsie. Not good. That's not how you want to start.
And again, it's a 3-for-1 banner runes because of it.
Oh no, who got first blood as well? Kiritich got it too.
Yeah, that butterfly timing is getting faster and faster already.
Oh boy. Yes,
okay.
I'd love to see this. Kiritich has all his items queued up. You click on it, plus 20. Yeah.
Plus 20 is wild. I mean, okay, it's not as Chad as when Yatoro, he does the like auto buy on all his items. I don't know if you've seen that. He queues everything up, and then he just has everything right clicked. So it's like the second you get gold, he just buys all his items like back to back to back. Which I think that's super sick. You just don't even think about items. They don't exist.
This guy is calculating every single moment. There's no permutations. There's nothing different. He already is able to recognize exactly the items the enemy team's going to go for, how he's going to counter them, how he needs to play. And yeah.
I was going to wonder which facet the Dragon Knight went for. I was wondering if he might go the fire one. to help deal with the PL, give him like more AoE on his spells, a bit of magic damage, but still go for the poison. I think it's just too good to pass up for like this early game tire pressure. Like it's the entire identity of mid Dragonite is going green dragon and being able to hit buildings. But we've already seen Thompson create a bunch of meta builds with his like Viper build most recently, and he has been going, I believe it's Radiance Shard with the red facet.
Yes, he has.
So was an opportunity. If there was a game to do it, it'd be this game.
Can you see him itemized different? Like I know you bring up with the red dragon and the radiant shard, but even with the green dragon, could you see him like? Can he? I know we're getting a lot of the armlet, Mask of Menace Blink. Can he go a little bit different to help even deal with the PL illusions a little bit more? Or
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a Mjolnir.
Okay.
As like his third or fourth item. Because Juggernauts aren't really buying Mjolnir, and having one in your team is just really nice for his PL. Like all these random like dots. But yeah, I think this game it's not really going to be his job. I think if anything, it's no one's job to deal with PL. It's one of the mid games, just games in general, where you just are going to ignore him and hope the problem doesn't get too big in the team fights. And he'll eventually die because he has to send his real hero in to do damage eventually. Like in these fights, he can't just perma-send illusions. So as long as you kill enough of his teammates, you kill enough of the buildings, that's like the important thing.
Okay. Well, we do have the timing key for the Lotuses. There'll be a bit of a brawl going on between them, especially down bottom. Fi's already used the banish early on, so he's just kind of sacrificing himself for looking to go toe to toe where they're going to have to right click damage. They will not, and
Lotus on
Kiritich
XXS
eats the big wand. So Kiritich is fine, but yeah, like you said, XXS gets the Lotus still. It's a kill that's going to be given over though towards BetBoom.
I mean, Kiritich just
meanwhile,
off these 2 kills. I mean, the lanes are going better for sure. For in general for Xtreme, at least mid is going a bit better than the first game. But like Ame is already struggling, which counterpick matchup. Mars is also struggling, which to be fair is not necessarily his fault. The Jug had first blood, so it's like always going to be a hard lane no matter what. But so far, I don't think it's going to snowball as hard. It shouldn't be as much of a disaster as the first game. I'm just, fingers crossed, positive thinking.
Yeah. We want a bit more of a closer second game here. We'll see if we're
the
it,
first game was a bit rough.
Yeah. At least at the moment, like you're saying, it's at least not too bad of a position for XG. But still the concern is, I mean, Ame's not doing as well as what was expected. 14-3 compared to the 22-9. So looking like it's going to be another pretty good game here for Mio's Lycan.
Yep. These zoo heroes, they're just not really dealing with his zoo heroes. And I think that's been kind of his bread and butter for a very long time now. Just both specifically Lycan and Beast. And I think just getting them having these free lanes is a bit surprising when it's something that he just been pretty much, I would say, known for a long time.
Absolutely. And it's just like, as the game goes on, who's going to deal with it? The Disruptor and the Shadow Demon are going to do absolutely nothing versus heroes.
Yeah, this is an amazing Lycan game. Like,
amazing Lycan game. You brought up the Jug as well, being an amazing Juggernaut game, and this was first pick into the second phase, so...
And then every game is an amazing Dragonite game, if we're being honest with ourselves.
So this then puts us in a position where, I mean, Ame, you got a lot of weight on your shoulders. Your last game you weren't playing this true hard carry, although Husker can be a hero that's a little bit more deceiving in how you can play towards the late stage. Before we get there though on PL, the question is going to be how they deal with the mid lane. You do have the catapult timing, and importantly, you have the level 6 as well for GPK. Already once again, Radiant, they're going to be here with the supports. Dire will respond. X-Nova, along with FY, is going to look to try and move on over. They did intercept the Leshrac. He was moving towards the top side, and nothing to say. He's just going to tick out. One more right click should be enough, and GPK gets the kill.
He was almost close enough to getting a small chance to live. Like, if he made it up that high ground and there's a miss, oh my. I was actually hoping it would happen. High ground misses in situations like that. You don't get a kill because of it. That's what they would have needed.
Yeah.
Like, he had GPK alone in his head. Like, I can't believe I missed a high ground. This game's so annoying. But no, gets the kill. Thankfully, he was able to trade for the Ringmaster right before. But even now, look, GPK's running to bot, potentially going to pressure the tower and/or the Wisdom.
Oh, the double back. They got the read that we're actually following them towards the outpost. They're going to do their best to even rotate in XXS along with the Disruptor.
So strong.
They've got to be careful about nothing to say, though. The Leshrac might die again. Back-to-back deaths, and GPK just shrugs it off to this is a Dragon Knight. You're not killing him.
They're getting the Wisdom. And Ame might just...
Might even kill as well. Banishment still on cooldown for one more second. FY gets it off, so misses the last slash, but the damage has been dealt.
That's scary for Ame. If he gets speared in the tower?
Kiritich, bottom, yeah, nicely done. Is it going to be enough, though? Kiritich had a pretty big one once again. He's got the healing ward to be able to repair some of the damage. So close from XXS, but not close enough.
I think it was a bit greedy for them to try to get Juggernaut to kill there. I think they should have just been like, okay, Ringmaster, you can charge up your Q, kill him after. But, you know, Kiritich wanted the kill. I respect it. And 2K lead, which is not as bad as the first game. There's improvement, but still,
Okay.
I think that if you look at BetBoom's draft, if you look at their heroes, all of their heroes are these like early mid-game objective takers. You have Juggernaut, you have Dragon Knight, and Lycan. All of them individually turn your draft into a pushing draft. But when you combine all of them, you have the healing ward to back you up. Lycan's gonna have all of his auras. He's gonna have like an AC eventually. He's gonna have a huge creep with a nice aura. You have Dragon Knight that just is a tank with stun to push the buildings. Like, there's so much pressure that this could be even faster than the first game, even if they're not as far ahead.
Absolutely. It's looking like that might be the case. I mean, you just got to kill one support, the second, here we go. This is something that we're mentioning. We're already at this stage of the game where Xnova's looking for the deny, and he won't be able to find it. I'm just honestly a little bit
for Leshrac.
Nothing
They
to
know where
say.
he is because of the creeps. Oh, he's not going to go for the blind eye shard.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was close. That was
Honestly, I'm a little intrigued with the Disruptor pick. I mean, you picked it after with the DK, and there was some concerns on, like you were mentioning, like in particular, one with BetBoom, how they play around GPK, and secondly, around how you play with mid DK. Your Disruptor is going to do nothing when you have people like playing on the aggressive. He's not a hero that is able to help defend towers and play on the back foot. And we're just seeing like that they can do whatever they want around this lane.
Yeah, I don't really get the point of it. I think I've actually seen this specific support duo. I believe it's Disruptor Shadow Demon a lot. Like, it gets picked a lot, and I hate it. Personally, I think it's really bad. I think that there's low synergy between the two supports because they're both low damage. And even I think I could be mistaken, but you can't even like disrupt into a Ag Static Storm because I think you can shift Q a BKB out of a disruption. So like there's actually
So
like
not
negative
even that
interaction for like late game. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. I think that to me, that's like the sketchy pick of their draft. I even think the PL seems more fun.
No way. Is he out? They're going to have to arena for the kill on Takata
He's still
Omi.
alive.
It takes them a long time, though. They'll still find him nonetheless. GPK is going to try and run down Xnova now.
Nice.
Another nice use of Impalum and Arts from Save. One thing we were praising previously with his spell casting. That'll assist to get the kill. But the Auto Dragon Form will expire, so this tower's still taking a while to be killed off.
I mean, I think this tower's just dead. I don't think that Xtreme is really going to want to contest it. And GPK is going to feel pretty confident to walk up. Shadow Demon's barely level 5, so no Purge coming out anytime soon. He does respect that he's alone for now, so he's going to... It looks like he's going to... Ooh, okay. So he's going to smoke up with GPK.
Bottom lane?
His Blink.
Okay. I thought that there might be a solo kill. They have the TPX over down because Kiritich played aggressive with the blade through. We'll look top now, Ame.
GPK's on the TP with a smoke. Has the dagger ready.
Does he read this fast enough? Has he gotten further away? He's going to continue farming, but BetBoom know exactly where he is. Let's have to wait and scout out which is the real Phantom Lancer.
Ooh, he misses.
They'll miss out on the wheel. And now this
He's gonna
kill
live.
looks a little bit more awkward here. Is he actually going to be able to get away?
Flame Break one.
DPK, another round of the Breathe Fire. The damage is not going to be enough, though. So a swing and a miss, an attempt onto the life of Arme. They're not going to be able to get the kill, though. So the PL's able to dodge this.
I mean, that's a rare miss from Save, right? Like, if he ends the Tame the Beast just, like, slightly faster and gets the whip off. Even, honestly, if he was able to dodge the ring, like the wheel on the PL, I think he still just dies because of that bonus damage from the Tame the Beasts, but doesn't go their way, and that's a win for Xtreme. Every time you're able to survive these ganks, get away with no cores dying, it's a win.
Dire's middle tower.
But Kiritich has his Battle Fury finished. Ame, thankfully, is not going for the Battle Fury. It looks like he's just going to go for the Manta Rush, is what I assume. With Yasha kind of being cleaned up now. But, you know, look at the net worth differential between the two carries. It's 2,000 gold already just on a pure carry-to-carry matchup.
And so they're going to
Dire's middle tower.
further grow as well for Kiritich.
Yeah, and this is
Who
just... He
is-
just got his Battle Fury on the Juggernaut.
Top tower is under attack.
He is getting ganked. We'll see how they're going to be able to connect this movement, though. Katomi's in a perfect position. Super aware that something's... How does he read this? Did they take the... I don't know. He's just so aware.
He's just good. Game sense.
Incredible game sense. Kiritich is continuing to be able to play on this side of the map. Save's going to circ some experience mid. And so it's just all concerns about Arme if he's going to be able to hit the items, get to the stage before Radiant. What did you say for Radiant? You said the big thing was what, Butterfly Ages? You felt like for
That's
them?
usually the game ender on Juggernaut. It's like the...
Okay.
Are scanning.
You go... Every game is pretty much the same mana builds, which right here just queues everything up. It's Battle Fury into a Manta into a Butterfly. And then after that, you have some choice. You can go... But usually, almost always people go Ags. So realistically, your first 4 items are all guaranteed. And Butterfly is your big timer, though. That's when you get a bunch of bonus damage because of all your agility, attack speed, which then amplifies your ult by even more. And it's just this big like snowball. They also just can't kill you with physical damage, so it makes your spin better. And it just lets you hit the buildings with the evasion chance as well.
Do you like kind of the status that we're seeing out of BetBoom though? Because I mean, it's not going to be any different for XG. They're not making plays this game, but do you feel like BetBoom could be a little bit more aggressive than what they are?
I think it's okay. Like, they know they're out farming. They're getting probably 60% of the map at least, compared to, you know, Xtreme farming 40%. I think they could aim to get a Roche sometime soon. It would make the second Aegis line up pretty nicely with the butterfly timing. So they're probably going to look to make a play on the top side of the map because Roshan's going to walk there in a minute. So they go here, try to get a kill, and then they're going to walk down and do this Roche with the Dom 2.
It's getting scouted out with the wolves. We'll see if this time
Nice
it's going to be a
shot.
little bit better here with the spell casting. They'll leave with the Dragon Tail. Again, they're going to miss. Arme's able to use the Phantom Rush to get towards the lane and try and play around with some of the micro as well. FY will give him some time once again. Another Phantom Rush. Arme's out. FY, a worthwhile sacrifice.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, these are rare misplays. I feel like I rarely see Save kind of greed his spells or miss his spells like that. And I mean, 2 times Ame should be dead and 2 times he lives. So good things are happening if you're an Xtreme fan. Still, hard position of the game. I think that now BetBoom's going to walk into the Roche pit and just take a free Aegis for probably the Juggernaut at some point in the next like minute or two. But as long as your throne's not dead for Xtreme, you're in this game.
Okay, so if you know that Arme is literally the only problem for them in a game like this on BetBoom, how do you itemize? Because again, we brought up previously about, you know, the DK. You mentioned Mjolnir. Is there really anything else? You brought up the Juggernaut's itemization. Is there anything else that we need to kind of discuss in what BetBoom can do to address the PL, or not really?
I think the big thing, surprisingly, is the Lotus Orb, because the way PL scales is you hit like an Ag's timing, maybe like Ag's Manta, Ag's Diffusal, Manta, something like that, and you're really strong, but then you start doing a bit less damage when people start getting more armor, which they will probably from the AC on the Lycan coming out at some point. And then late game, your damage comes from Bloodthorn on PL. Like you want to go Orchid into a Bloodthorn, you hit the guy with Bloodthorn, all the illusions kill him. So having like an early game Lotus that gives you the ability to deal with the Bloodthorn even before it comes out, I think is probably the way to just completely shut down PL.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is
BetBoom will swing to bottom.
Kataomi.
They're going to kill off X Nova. They have a nice observer still down here that's scouting out any movements from XG that push a little bit too far forward. So they'll punish the Disruptor, continue to play around their safe lane. Let's see what they want to do after this, though. Actually, continuing to find a couple of stacks towards their triangle. I mean, this is another one I'm seeing farmed up between the three of these heroes. So nothing to say, Blink Kaya, level 11 at the moment, finding a decent amount of farm.
radiant are scanning.
Is there going to be enough, though, still is the ultimate question here for Xtreme. One game deficit, potential to drop 2-0 versus BetBoom. And a bit of what could be a disappointing fashion as well. Game 1 was an incredibly close. Game 2 is shaping up like that might not be the case as well. And
I think this game feels a bit closer than the first game. The first one felt pretty much unwinnable at this like 18-minute mark, 20-minute mark. I think Xtreme has chances to win. I think their draft is a bit more cohesive than at least compared to the first game. But it is.
Oh, I mean, when you're playing with this deficit, you're making the initiations. They got to go right for you if you're going to find a way back in. And in a couple of arenas we've seen this game, XXS hasn't been able to get anything out of it. This one, once again.
At least he's having a decent game on the Mars. He's 1-1 and 2. I don't know. It's to me, a lot of it boils down to the support duo. This is Disruptor, which as he goes down, I just feel like they're so low damage. You pair that with the Mars, kind of like you were saying earlier. It's like so many heroes that, like, oh, when we start killing heroes and chase them and control them, I'll help. But when you just pair that up, you just die
Dire's top tower
yourself.
is under attack.
Kind of
And
just chain
even
feeding
with-
now with the supports.
Dude, their entire team showed away, and Kiritich and Mira are still just taking the tier 2. They just don't care. They're way too strong for anyone on Xtreme to deal with them.
All right, because how does a team fight actually look? Like you jump in, arena speed, nothing to say follow up as well. How does the fight develop after that for Xtreme?
Does it develop?
Okay.
The honest answer is PL is probably just gonna have to carry the
Nothing to
fight.
say. Where's his health pool going? What?
He's just dead.
Was it just tag team and Helmet Overlord?
Yeah.
What was this?
And that's another catch.
All right. I mean, now it's not just the supports that are dying. We get two callers that are feeding their lives as well. Then Arme's just like, guys, come on. Like, if you're going to give me an opportunity to be able to carry this game, we've got to not be feeding some of our lives here. We're putting ourselves too far on the back foot. 10,000 gold now, 20 minutes in.
I mean, Ahmed is 0-0-0. So he's not making many mistakes. It's just he's so far behind.
Has fallen.
I mean, do
Can
they
you high ground?
just go high ground? Yeah, I was gonna say I think they might just go high ground. You have AC finished. You have Armlet or Dragonite. Like, you don't have to go, or not Armlet. Sorry, BKB, but they can't just wait the butterfly. They won't have their Aegis for the butterfly timer, but maybe they just even delay a bit longer, like 2 minutes. Get the next Roche, get the next Aegis, and you have 5 minutes to just go ham on every single Xtreme building.
Well, Silver Lining does look like they're in a position to be able to steal the Wisdom. Next Nova's here, unless someone comes over. But they've got eyes on Tormentor, so it's going to be double Wisdom for Dial. They will, of course, give over the Tormi, which is going to go towards Kataomi this game.
Radiant's
Great
bottom
shard.
tower is under attack.
Gives you a bit of a dot, gives you a bit of a slow, makes the walls of it a bit longer, which is always going to be nice. Like, you just make your spell stronger. I think the Ringmaster one also could have been kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm just reading that now versus the PL.
Yeah. You're just basically insta-killing all the PL illusions every second.
Is this good enough to buy it versus the PL?
Maybe mid-game, because PL Shard is like the one where he like goes invis, replaces himself with an illusion. So having the like true sight kind of following the PL in the team fight, like not only are you killing the illusions, but if he goes invis, you'll see the real hero.
It looks like they're
Ahmed does
starting
have
to
his-
gear up.
I was gonna say Ahmed has his Ags almost,
Yeah.
which like that's the big timing of this hero. It's getting the Ags and getting some like long chase down fight, which it might come soon. I think that they might just go high ground in the next minute or two. If they don't feel like respecting this, like waiting for the Roshan, I think they just go.
They can at least poke a little bit, send the illusions, send the summons, which is a lot of poking. Someone's going to have to address it. It's going to be XXS, but the jump's going to be there from GPK. But is the response as well
Oh
from
my.
XG to protect him? He's just dead again. Everyone's dying to the summons.
This is just two sides? I think it's just two sides. There's gonna be a glyph coming back up soon, but no Marsh for 35 seconds. They push way faster than 30 seconds to take a Rax. That's the final glyph used.
Oh,
There's a Roshan that potentially starts spawning in a minute, but
this ain't doing much.
the bad news is there's a healing ward coming up in 5 seconds. So everyone's
PL
health is
stepped
just
up.
back to full.
There's a healing ward. And they're out of the base, not going to be able to find a glimpse back. XXS is alive. Let's see if they're going to try and smoke and get out, put themselves in a position to potentially contest Roshan. Bottom is getting pushed in shortly, so they're going to be quick. So if they've got a glimpse of Katsuomi, they will see him swing over towards the left. The scan's going to be on the mark as well, but they're a little bit too slow. Blink out there from Tusk and XXS. Again, it's going to be off the mark with the spear, so GPK can respond, but the BKB is going to be activated. The Snowball will mitigate some of the damage here with the Static Storm. They were able to respond. But the Blade Fury was already used. GPK's BKB, so the Static Storm did nothing. And now it's a 4v5, and this is a fight that once again will heavily favor BetBoom. They got Arme. The damage comes through too quick. The TP out will be there from X Nova. He's going to be able to survive. FY will not. It's just Miero and his heroes, dude. And BetBoom, honestly, I mean, this is just a comfort lineup from them. Back-to-back games.
And this is just, this is just GG, no? Like, this is mega.
Yeah.
There's no glyph. Oh, man. It's currently 0-1-0. I think he might just end the game 0-1-0.
Man, what a sad game. Just not a very enjoyable one for actually, not an enjoyable series, to be honest.
Yeah, this was...
But
I mean, like I said, I think BetBoom, GG's call, I think BetBoom is one of the best matchups versus Xtreme. Like, I think gameplay-wise, strategy-wise, it's just a really hard team